Hello everyone, my name is UltimoFive and today we are going over Volt Prime, the Energizer. Volt Prime is a Prime version of Volt and was released alongside Odonata Prime. In order to obtain Volt Prime, one must open a variety of relics that contain his blueprint, chassis, systems, and neuroptics in order to make him at the foundry. Requires a mastery rank of 0, comes with 2 V and 1 dash polarity slots, and alongside this a V aura slot, and because of this the builds on him will require 2 forma. And he is an extremely great frame that can be used in a multitude of ways. As a support, he is great for providing cover from enemy fire with shields that also grant damage buffs, provide speed and reload buffs, and deals long-lasting electrical stuns that can restore shields with capacitance. As a damage dealer, he is great for locking down multiple enemies in a large area, as well as killing them off fast for easy progression through defense missions, or just as a way to kill off multiple enemies. Volt Prime has been buffed compared to the original Volt. These buffs would be higher armor, higher energy, and he comes with an additional V polarity slot. Advantages for Volt Prime would be that he has high shields and very high energy. Disadvantages, however, for Volt Prime would be that he has below average sprint speed and extremely low armor. Volt's passive makes it so while traveling, he will build up static energy, which adds bonus electricity damage towards Volt's next weapon attack or ability cast. This is a pretty nice passive in the case that it can give an AoE weapon electricity procs which can be used to CC enemies, or for just adding more damage to your other abilities. Volt's first ability shoots out a shocking projectile that stuns and deals high damage to a single target and chains damage to nearby enemies. With his Augmentation Shock Trooper, it allows the use of holding the cast to grant all allies in a 15-meter radius 100% electricity damage to their attacks for 40 seconds. This ability is a little lackluster though, unless used with its augmentation to give bonus electricity damage against the Corpus faction mainly, but can be used realistically against any faction. However, in Eidolon hunts, the ability is amazing with its augmentation and helps dish out a great amount of damage for you and your allies. Volt's second ability energizes the surrounding area that increases the mobility of himself and his allies with a speed and reload buff. With his augmentation shocking speed, it allows him and his allies to inflict electricity damage and electricity procs as they touch enemies. This ability is amazing for getting around the map very quickly and is used primarily in the gotta go fast build. Other than that, there isn't much to say. Volt's third ability creates an electrical energy barrier that absorbs enemy fire and buffs shots that are fired through it with a 200% critical multiplier and gives 50% electricity damage. With his augmentation transistor shield, allies can pick up the shield and 300% of the damage absorbed is added to Volt's passive. However, with his second augmentation recharge battery, it restores 35% of shields when allies pass through the barrier. This ability is quite good, in which case it can be used to defend yourself against a group of enemies, or to simply use it in order to gain increased damage buffs. Electric Shield is also mainly used in the Eidolon Hunting build to help with amp damage against the Eidolons. Volt's fourth ability emits a powerful electrical pulse that stuns those who are hit by the initial pulse for full duration, and will emit electrical arcs that shock other hostiles that come too close. With his augmentation capacitance, it converts 3% of damage dealt into shields split amongst Volt and his ally Tenno, which can generate overshields. This ability, just like the rest of his kit, is amazing. It has great group killing potential with the added bonus of survivability thanks to its augmentation, which is incorporated into the Capacitor charger build. The Capacitor charger build for Volt Prime utilizes an extremely large increase to range, a medium increase to duration, and a small increase to strength. The build's flex slot is Augur Message and works perfect in the late game. Volt's discharge augment capacitance makes it so players restore shields and get overshields, but alongside this, the range of discharge is 50 meters with an arc range of 20 meters. This is an extremely large AoE stun that can assist allies that are quite some distance away and makes every mission much easier to handle. That is, as long as you can handle the massive 100 base energy needed for this ability. The gotta go fast build for Volt Prime utilizes an extremely large increase to duration, a large increase to strength, and medium decreases to range and efficiency. The build's flex slot is Augur Secrets and works well with missions that need to be done fast. For example, this build is mainly to be taken into capture, rescue, assassination, and sabotage missions where it allows you a massive 2.41 speed multiplier to get to the target and complete what needs to be done and then get out of there. This build can be taken into other missions as well, but you will lose survivability, especially in late game. The Eidolon Hunting build for Volt Prime utilizes a large increase of duration and strength, and a small decrease to efficiency. Along with this build is a subsumed ability from Mirage's kit, which is Eclipse. This is to replace Discharge, considering the ability is completely worthless during these hunts and does nothing to help. The build's flex slot is Augur Message and works way better than what I had made before. Before was essentially an efficiency duration build that only focused on shields, and this build is the reason why the video is taking so long. I wanted to make a way for Shock Trooper to be used, and behold, my Eidolon Hunting build, which makes him a perfect damage dealer in hunts. First off, the aura slot can be whatever you want it to be. As long as it benefits you and what you are doing currently, then realistically anything can work there. For instance, Growing Power is a fantastic aura mod, but Corrosive Projection could be a better choice depending on the situation. You could even use an aura form on him, so any mod could go there, not just Modora IV mods. Intensify, in place of its Umbral counterpart if you don't have it. Continuity, in place of its primed counterpart if you don't have it. Rolling Guard, in place of Adaptation if you would rather have Invulnerability for 3 seconds so you have more time to think if things get too hairy during an Eidolon hunt. Subsumed Fire Blast, in place of Shock in order to help deal with heavily armored Grineer in late game or in the Steel Path. This will however get rid of the ability to use the Augmentation Shock Trooper and is only intended for the Capacitor Charger build. Subsumed Roar, in place of Eclipse in order to help with team damage against Eidolons instead of focusing on just your own damage. However, if you are mainly all the damage, I would suggest just using Eclipse. Arcane Energize, upon energy pickup, 60% chance to replenish energy to nearby allies. Arcane Grace, upon health being damaged, 9% chance for 6% health regen for 9 seconds. Arcane Eruption, upon energy pickup, 100% chance to knock down nearby enemies. Arcane Victory, upon headshot kill, 75% chance for 3% health regen for 9 seconds. Arcane Guardian, upon being damaged, 15% chance for 900 armor for 20 seconds. And Arcane Nullifier, which provides a 102% chance to resist a magnetic status effect entirely. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more guides on Warframe, please click the like and sub buttons and let me know. And as per usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.